Welcome to our Lakeside Virtual CCA Experience. CCA stands for Co-Curriculum Activities. It's co because it complements our curriculum. And CCA is a very key part of our student experiences. Let's look at the purpose of CCA. Firstly, through this platform, our children learn specific skills, discover their interests and talents. It's also an authentic platform for our students to develop their character, core values, social emotional competencies, and 21st CC competencies in order to grow them to be ready for the future. CCA also forms a common space for our students to actually forge strong friendships where they are able to interact with students from different levels and different classes and from different backgrounds as well. And in so doing, we hope that it deepens their sense of identity and their belonging to the school and the community. Our school has 4 main categories of CCA: the visual and performing arts, sports, clubs, and the uniform group. And in these 4 categories, Lakeside offers 18 CCAs. Here are the list of CCAs, and I'd like to just highlight a few of these CCAs that are relatively new. So for example, in the visual and performing arts, our visual arts club is relatively new. It started 2 years ago. It's a combination of 2 CCAs so that we can broaden the experience and the learning of the children in the visual arts. Another CCA I just would like to highlight is the STEM club. STEM with a Q in between stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Environment, Education, and Math. This club replaces the Environment Education Club so that it broadens our children's perspective and learning, including the various aspects. Phases of CCA resumption. In 2020, there was some period where we had to put CCA on hold. And while we abide by the national posture, we were also very aware of the needs of our students and the learning experience that we are providing for them. And this year, we have resumed face-to-face CCA for quite a number of our CCAs, some blended and others still in the eCCA mode. That's our first phase, and we hope to move to our phase 3, where CCA is normalized and we are able to resume all CCAs face-to-face. There are many considerations when we bring our CCAs back to face-to-face. These are some of the considerations. For example, anticipation of the National School Games and also the SYF in visual arts, the number of persons that we allow in any one group, safe distancing between the children and between groups, as well as the group size that we are allowed to have. Other considerations would be safe management measures. Of course, we are very strict in the school just so that we can keep our children safe and our teachers safe. Group size, as well as the staggered lunch hours. When we have all CCAs back in school for face-to-face CCAs, we need to manage the numbers and the size and the levels that are using the school canteen at any one time. So these are the CCAs that we have managed to bring back. For those in blue are the CCAs that are back face to face. And then those that are in red are conducting blended CCAs. And those who are in green, for example, choir, DK Barat, harmonica, speech and drama, where it requires a lot more of speaking and singing, we have kept it at eCCA mode due to the nature of the CCA. So really, CCAs are an integral part of the holistic development of our students. And that's why we have prioritized this CCA experience. In the past years, you can see from the photos that it's like a carnival where children in the various CCA groups are able to share with you physically, face to face, what they have learned or what they experience in the CCAs. But this year, we have done it differently, and we hope that it'll be just as meaningful and enriching for you. And we hope that this CCA experience will be able to provide you a better understanding of the various CCAs that we have, as well as to make an informed decision on the selection of a CCA for your child. So together, students and your parents do talk about the CCA that you would like to take part in. So here's a quote, that through CCA, students develop character, learn values, social emotional competencies, and skills, all so that we prepare them not just for the now, but for future challenges. With that, I thank you, and I hope that you enjoy the sessions that our CCA teachers and our students have prepared for you to share their experiences and their learning in the different CCA breakout sessions. Thank you, and have a good day.
A very good afternoon to all parents and students. I would like to warmly welcome you to this year's edition of the CCA Experience. My name is Mr. Rozaimi. I'm the CCA coordinator for Lakeside Primary School. Today I'll be bringing you through the admin briefing for today's CCA Experience. Here you can see a list of 18 different CCA groups that are available in our school across 5 different categories, namely the performing arts, visual arts, clubs, sports and games, and uniform groups. If you wish to find out more information about these CCA groups, you can log on to our CCA Experience Google site, where you can find stories about the CCAs, photos of our children in action, as well as the CCA brochure, which will give you a short synopsis of the CCAs, as well as a list of the teachers in charge. For today's mini presentation sessions, the Zoom codes have been shared with you on Parents Gateway, namely groups A, B, and C. So what can you expect to experience in these sessions? There will be sharings led by CCA leaders on what the students will get to embark in when they decide to join the different CCAs. There will also be a short Q&A session at the end of all presentations. At the end of today's session, you can log on to the Google form. The link has been provided to you on Parents Gateway. You can submit the options for your child starting at the end of today. The deadline for submission is on Friday, 1st of April 2022. So, what do you get to see when you go into the CCA option form? These are the instructions for submission. You will need to select your child's name and class, indicate all 3 options of CCAs in terms of preference. Do make sure that options are not repeated. Complete the short feedback questions. At the end of it, please remember to click submit so that your options are captured. Your child will be notified of the CCA that they will be allocated by term 2 week 10. They should only attend the CCA when they have received a consent form from the CCA teacher in charge. Consent forms will be shared to parents on Parents Gateway. And from there, students can begin attending CCA sessions from term 3 week 1. Here are some important information for parents. Our CCA days happen on every Tuesday from 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. On certain Fridays, some additional training will be conducted for certain CCA groups in preparation for the competitions. The reporting venue will be also included in the consent forms. Students are expected to report to the canteen for their staggered lunch breaks before they start their CCA sessions at 2:30 p.m. With that, I thank you for listening to me on my admin brief. I will now hand over the time to Mrs. Angeline Tang, the Education and Career Guidance Coordinator. Thank you.
A very good afternoon to all parents. Thank you for taking your precious time off from your busy schedule to be here. I'm Mrs. Angeline Tang, the school's Education and Career Guidance Coordinator. Today, I would like to share more on how you as parent can play a vital role in guiding and supporting your child in the selection of CCA. CCA are an integral part of our students' holistic education. Through CCA, students discover their interests and strengths while developing their values and competency that will prepare them for a rapidly changing world. CCA also promote friendship among students from diverse backgrounds as they learn and grow together. Participation in CCA fosters social integration and deepens students' sense of belonging, commitment, and sense of responsibility in school, community, and nation. Therefore, parental involvement in guiding your child in the selection of CCA is a very important process. Let me share with you what are some things that you can consider and talk to your child about during their decision-making process in regards to their selection of CCA. Here are some key questions you can ask your child as he or she chooses a CCA. It is essentially knowing and understanding who they are, their strengths and interests, in order for them to make informed choices. The more they know about themselves, the better they can make their decisions. It is important for parents to be there for your child during this process of decision making so that they can take time to consider and talk to you about it. Remember that every child is unique. They have their own unique strengths and interests. They have different passions and dreams as well as learning pace and style. You need to consider all these factors as you guide your child in the selection of CCA. Such heart-to-heart time of talking to your child is also a great way to bond with your child and to understand him or her better. Let me share briefly on the definition of strength and interest and some examples. Strengths are what you are good at. For example, I'm good at reading and expression the way an actor talks in TV shows. I'm good at taking things apart and figuring how they work. These are some examples of strengths. Here, we will talk a little bit more about interests. Interests are basically what you enjoy doing. For example, I enjoy drawing and painting. I enjoy baking and cooking. To end my sharing, I would like to encourage all parents to continue to play an active role in your child's education and specifically in guiding your child in the selection of their CCA. We want to encourage the holistic development of each child, and hence your partnership with us is really very important. The fact that you have taken your precious time off your busy schedule today shows that you really care for your child and wants the best for him or her. Hence, I would like to say a big thank you to all of you, and do have a heart-to-heart talk with your child after this briefing as they make important decisions on selecting the CCA that is most suitable for them. Thank you, and I wish you all the best in guiding and supporting your child in these important milestones in their life. Thank you.
Can you share with us about your CCA experience from primary 3? So when I first came to CCA experience, I had the chance to visit various CCAs, and I felt that the public display of the Wushu weapons were very cool. So that's what motivated me to join Wushu.
P3 and choosing my CCA. At the basketball court, there's like many different CCAs that are presenting. They are also like there's also a lot of posters and they let us try out about their CCA.
About CCA experience, Dawani, how has it changed?
Previously, we used to have face-to-face CCA experience. So we got to try out the different CCAs and we got to experience how it functioned. But now, since we have eCCA, we don't actually get to experience how it worked.
And Tisha, why do you think it has changed?
I think it has changed from face-to-face to online, and it is because we have to follow the safety measures and we cannot group into big groups, so it has changed like that.
We have to learn what each CCA is about.
From CCA experience, you get to learn like roughly how the sessions go, what materials may be needed to purchase, and if you need like any skills to be able to take part in CCAs.
Can we take more than one CCAs?
No,
Why not?
because the CCA are all same timing.
We will take our interest of CCA that we will in sports that we like.
And if we choose a CCA, we should only focus on that. So if we focus on it, we can do better in that particular CCA.
CCAs are on Tuesdays from 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Why do you take part in CCA?
I take part in CCA because I find it fun and enjoyable and it helps release stress.
What do you like about this CCA?
I like challenging myself while building a prototype.
I like about playing harmonica, and I like about doing some exercise now in my CCA, which is speech and drama. Doing some exercise now will teach me how to say more things, and also to learn more things now on how to do speech and drama.
I am Bo. What are the students going to learn in the CCA experience?
They are going to learn how to conduct multiple activities that are related to science, technology, eco-environment, engineering, and mathematics.
What can you learn from joining CCA?
I can learn dancing and make my body more agile. I can learn different ways to improve my flexibility.
What can we learn from participating in a CCA?
CCA can add enjoyment to our daily lives. For example, instead of staying at home, we are in school interacting with others. We can learn lots of things from CCA. For example, library CCA. We can learn how to arrange books and craft interview questions to ask our friends. I hope to see you in our school library grow.
We can learn how to work with others. For example, we came up with a vision for our school library by creating some slides for sharing.